Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing the current state of Halo video, basically the Halo version of the COD video I made a while back. That was like my third video. We're like 9 videos in, I think, into this channel. It's pretty cool. It's we're up subscribers too last time again, because I went on a bit of a I haven't uploaded in a couple days again. I was spending time with my girlfriend. I haven't uploaded in like 4 days from before yesterday, obviously, and I got like two new subscribers or like one new subscriber. It's not a bunch, but to me, it is. It's very awesome that the channel is growing by a little bit, and I don't expect immense growth. You got to kind of work for that, so I'm patient. But anyways, that's kind of the basis of the video. Not much to talk about in the intro. All I want to say is thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This video probably won't be as long as the Call of Duty one, but it could be because Halo is indeed my favorite franchise, and as a lifelong fan, I'm going to dig into my opinion and dig into this conversation in general. So, let's get right into the topic. So, I don't think I need to explain what Halo is. Obviously, kind of like with the Call of Duty video, I'm going to go over each and every Halo game, at least most of them. No, I'm not really going to go every single one. I'm going to skip out on like a few of them, but I will be talking about all the mainline games. Yeah, let's just do that. So, obviously, Halo Combat Evolved, right? We'll start with that. The first Halo that came back all the way back in 2001. It came out before I was even alive. That is the gameplay you see in the background, by the way. Halo Combat Evolved on the original graphics. 'Cause when I play, I usually prefer the original graphics over the anniversary graphics. But when I play Halo 2, I prefer the anniversary graphics over the original graphics. They look great. But to the main topic, Halo Combat Evolved is a very revolutionary game. Came out 2001, kind of made first person shooters kind of blow up a bit. Not saying Halo is the reason why they did, but on console particularly, it was huge. Halo Combat Evolved, it's a great game in my opinion. It is just it's excellent. It's excellent for its time. I mean, it's fantastic. And then the next big Halo game came out, Halo 2. Very, very revolutionary. I mean, online multiplayer, all the great things that was in that game. I mean, I love Halo 2. Some people's favorite Halo game is Halo 2. I love Halo 2. Um, I remember seeing like old news videos and shit of people like lining up to get Halo 2 back in the day. People just went to go get it and drove, celebrated. It was a big event. It was like a huge event. It's crazy, man. I mean, and as a Halo fan, it's great to see Halo that it was like what it was like back then, essentially. But unfortunately, what it is now is it's definitely not the same. We will get into that topic of what Halo is like back then and what it is now. So obviously, I'm talking about what it was back then. Obviously, Halo 2 came out in 2004, and man, I mean, Halo 2 is revolutionary in so many ways. It's a great game. Here comes the next big Halo game, Halo 3, which in some people's opinion is the best Halo game. And and I kind of agree with that. Halo 3, again, another revolutionary game for Halo. It was phenomenal. Halo 3's campaign is pretty much freaking perfect. Its multiplayer is absolutely incredible. It was the beginning of Forge mode, well, in its primitive form, sort of, where it's not like insane. People still created insane stuff back then, and Forge got better. Forge is a map creator thingamajiggy, if you don't know, but it laid the groundworks, and it brought so many. I mean, Halo 3 had Infection. I love Infection. It's my jam. Halo 3 has a great campaign, great multiplayer, great characters. RIP Sergeant Johnson. I mean, a lot of people believe Halo 3 ended with. I mean, Halo ended with Halo 3. Not in my opinion. I love Halo Reach, but we'll get into that next later. The next game is Halo 3 ODST. Um, I love Halo 3 ODST. Some people are like, it's not true Halo because it's not about Master Chief. Blah, blah, blah. Halo fans are very confusing in my opinion because a lot of them, um, they're like split. They're kind of like Star Wars fans almost. There's a lot of split kind of factions in Halo fans. So there's original Halo fans only, but people who only like Halo 1, 2, and 3, and do not accept anything else. They do not accept anything that's not Halo 1, 2, or 3. And then there's the sort of original people, but these guys only like Halo 1, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo Reach. Anything made after that is bad. And then there's the newer fans who like Halo 5 and Halo Infinite and Halo 4 and don't like the originals. And then there's just people who like only Combat Evolved because it was so simple or whatever. Um, I mean, there's Halo fans who are like, "Oh, Sprint don't belong in Halo." Well, I'm sorry. Halo Sprint was introduced in Halo Reach. You can't take it away now. And I'm just gonna say what I don't really care about the conversation because I'm not against Sprint. I'm not against it at all. I mean, yes, I do love the classic gameplay of the original Halos. It's just the simple, but I mean, what super soldier in the future can't run? You know, you catch what I'm saying? But back to Halo 3 ODST. Halo 3 ODST has a great campaign, awesome soundtrack. I just want to also mention all the original Halo games and just shit. Soundtracks are incredible. But Halo 3 ODST's soundtrack is chef's kiss. It's wonderful. It does not have a multiplayer, but it does have a great campaign. It's it's a great game. And then Halo Reach. We're gonna skip on Halo Wars. Sorry, Halo Wars fans. It's a strategy game. It's a good game though. I love Halo Wars, but I don't need to talk about it in this video because it doesn't really concern the topic. It's Halo Wars is not a problem with Halo. I'll gladly have a Halo Wars 3, but then I'm not sure if they're gonna make it. But Halo Reach is next. A lot of people believe Halo ended with Reach, or it died because of Reach, and Halo Reach was bad in their opinion because it has sprint and it has abilities, and they don't like it. Those people are bozo simpletons. I'm sorry, you got to embrace change, and I know sometimes change isn't always good, but you got to embrace it. And in this way, Halo Reach was a good game. Halo Reach is a great game, actually. Halo Reach is one of my favorite games of all time. I just whacked my phone, so you probably heard that. But Halo Reach is, in my opinion, a great game. It's by far, I would say it might be the best Halo game. I mean, if you're to think of Halo in general, Halo 3 or Halo Reach, you can really split this conversation whatever way you want. Halo Reach is like the Black Ops 2 of Call of Duty, or the Black Ops 2 of Halo, essentially. My bad. I reversed it. Because obviously, you know how people regard like Black Ops 2 as the best Halo game. I'm losing it. Black Ops 2 is regarded as the best Call of Duty game. Halo Reach is sometimes regarded as the best Halo game, or Halo 3 is regarded as the best Halo game. So, I'm sorry for the confusion. I sound like an idiot right now. But Halo Reach is great. I love Halo Reach, and it always will hold a very, very, very special place in my heart. I don't care what the simpletons are like. I added sprint to Halo. Arr! Those people are like 30. Your opinion don't matter. I'm joking, but old Halo fans like that, they kind of just annoy me because like, you know, I mean, yeah, you're free to dislike Halo Reach, but God, you don't need to go out and saying it's like the worst Halo game or the reason why Halo died and shit. I mean, Bungie left anyways. It's unfortunate, but Bungie was the original developers for Halo, and after Halo Reach, they dipped. So what happened afterwards is not entirely their fault. But I'm not saying no one blames Bungie for leaving, but 343 took over afterwards, and we're going to get back into that. And the next game, this is definitely where controversy for Halo, I guess, began, and the downfall of Halo essentially began. So Halo 4 came out in 2012. It is one of my favorite games. I love Halo 4. I don't think a lot of people don't like it. I honestly, I played a lot of Halo 4 during my middle school years. I think late elementary, early middle school. I think around that time. I think. I'm trying to think. I think so. I'm not mathing right now, but Halo 4 is. I love Halo 4. I love its campaign. I love its multiplayer. I love Forge mode. I create maps in there all the time. I still do. I used to create so many. Some of them were kind of just random, but I create a lot. Obviously, Halo 4 is not regarded as the best Halo game. It is regarded as the reason why Halo fell off. And honestly, that is indeed a fair opinion. Halo 4 is not Halo Reach, and Halo 4 is not Halo 3, if you get what I'm saying. It's not as big as those games, and it was just a downgrade in a couple departments. I honestly don't hate Halo 4 like other Halo fans do. I honestly loved it. Okay, I grew up on it a lot. I mean, not really grew up on it, but I played it a lot during my early years of middle school. You know, it was a big game for me, and Halo 4 has a special place in my heart, just like how Infinite Warfare holds a special place in my heart. Halo 4 definitely is not the perfect Halo game. That's totally true, but Halo 4 is a great game in my opinion. Now we get to the spicy stuff. Halo 5. Halo 5 is an interesting game to talk about. because its campaign is not good for once. This is like the one Halo game where I don't believe the campaign was very good. But I think they kind of picked up for it for its multiplayer being pretty fun. Now I know what people say. Halo 5's multiplayer feature like this was like during the advanced movement era of gaming. So you had Titanfall, you had Call of Duty with the jetpack shit. You had that kind of era, right? And that's what Halo was trying to do. It didn't have like the crazy jetpacks. I mean, it sort of did. It had thruster thingamajiggies, right? But overall, Halo 5 was a advanced kind of movement game, and Halo players didn't really like that. Now, again, some Halo players are simpletons, and they don't want you to be able to sprint. Hell, in their mind, they don't want you to be able to do anything. They don't like the idea of clambering, so you can't climb over an object. Again, I know it's a classic thing, but gameplay. Apologies for that cutoff. It kicked me out of the app for a second. But as I was saying, I know gameplay wise, people go like, "Oh well, Halo was made without sprinting and all that fancy stuff." Well, again, I don't hate those changes like other people do. I think clambering, sprinting, all that. I mean, I don't think the thruster stuff is necessary. Obviously, because I was only in Halo 5. But I mean, there is a thruster armor equipment ability in Halo Infinite, but it's not like a thing you have on you all the time. But back to the topic of Halo 5. Halo 5 is definitely regarded as, in some people's eyes, as the worst Halo game. I don't think that, because I love its multiplayer. I think its multiplayer is really fun. I think its Forge. Oh, Forge took a real huge jump in this game. Now, unfortunately, it was a little too advanced for my take, so I couldn't make many maps, or at least many good ones. But very complicated to understand. At least for me, I wasn't very good at it, but I was able to make good maps in Halo 4. But Halo 5's customization, not custom, custom games and Forge came together so well because there were so many good maps. It was so fun. The custom game browser brought so much fun to the game. There were so many awesome maps that people made, the community made, and Halo 5's multiplayer just is honestly a little underrated in my opinion. Halo 5 ironically has got more support during its lifetime than Halo Infinite ever got during its lifetime. And Halo Infinite, I will get into that. I love Halo Infinite, but I need to dig into that game because I think that game is definitely the problem. Obviously, I know people will say, oh, Halo 5 was bad and Halo 4 was bad, and some people even say Halo Reach is bad. Listen, obviously, Halo 5 was not the big Halo game, neither was Halo 4, and definitely not Halo Infinite, but man, I mean, I don't think Halo 5 is awful. I think its multiplayer is really good, and I think its custom games and all that fun stuff. Again, its campaign is lacking, but if that's all. Now let's get into Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is a very uh I love Halo Infinite. I will say that. I love it at its core. It is a good game at its core, but it's ran by idiots. 343 is like so I don't know what to call them. I mean, I don't want to hate on them too much because it's not entirely their fault. It's also Microsoft's fault for like neglecting them. Microsoft, I don't know what's been up with them lately. Like, oh, we're not really focused on doing this anymore. We're not really focused on making games anymore. We're not really. Then what are you focused on? Letting your IPs just wither away and die? Because that's kind of what they do. Obviously, there's a new Gears of War game, and that's great. But some of their IPs, they just let to like watch them wither away and die, like Halo. Halo is literally withering away and slowly dying. Obviously, some people will say Halo is dead. There's no such thing as a dead game. I mean, dead games are when the game's servers are gone and everything, you cannot play it anymore. That's in my eyes. Obviously, the term of dead game might be different in some people's opinions, but Halo can still come back and Halo can still be made great again, but not when Microsoft is legit neglecting Halo and is like, meh. You know, like, honestly, look how PlayStation treats their IPs. PlayStation gives their games love and support, while Halo just nothing from Microsoft. Microsoft acts like Halo's like their unwanted stepchild. It's like it's the neglected child that they don't want anymore. And now Halo's just kind of left to rot, you know, with developers that don't really know what they're doing and don't have resources to even simply add a new gun. Halo Infinite, again, I will talk about it. We're talking about it right now, my bad. Halo Infinite came out in 2021 during an awesome scenario, awesome time where the big three shooters come out the exact same time. Battlefield, Halo, and Call of Duty. Call of Duty obviously comes out every year, but it's not every year where we get all three of these games to come out at the same time. We never get Halo, Battlefield, and Call of Duty super often. I think the last I don't even know the last time we got it. I don't think it's happened before, I think, but it doesn't happen very often compared to what we got. Obviously, Halo, Call of Duty, and Battlefield all released in that year, but unfortunately, all the games were kind of dookie. Halo Infinite was the only good one, but that's because Call of Duty Vanguard was terrible, and Battlefield 2042 was horrible at launch, but Battlefield 2042 got better, and Halo Infinite didn't really get better. I mean, it got, you could argue, but Halo Infinite has had a very, very bad lack of content, and it's also bad lack of good direction and development. I mean, come on. I think there was a huge, huge gap between season 1 and 2 where literally nothing came to the game. No new modes, no new guns, no new nothing. Halo 5 got more content than Halo Infinite, and that's sad. The game that was supposed to be the next generation of Halo and this big roadmap, because they had a big roadmap planned for Halo Infinite, and then it completely fumbled. It was bad. Halo Infinite got one new gun, and that was the DMR, with the Bandit in Halo Infinite. That's the one new gun, and then we got a new one recently, which is just a very sad attempt to make a new weapon. But I'll talk about that when the photo comes up on my thingy here, because it'll show up eventually, and I'll talk about it then. But Halo Infinite was supposed to have more stuff, and they just can't. They can't add new maps even. They have to rely on forgers, the community, to make the maps now. Halo Infinite, I think its peak was around season 3, but then after that they kind of gave up on like traditional battle passes. They cut them down to like 50 tiers. And then they gave up on even having the cutscenes that would explain the story of each season. They gave up on that. They gave up on everything. And then they just like, nah, we're just gonna let Halo Infinite slowly wither away and die. So when Halo Infinite made a slight comeback, because it did grow a bit during season three's time, and a little bit during season 2, mostly during season 3. After that, it was just nothing. No more. They just kind of fumbled it. Yeah, we got Infection in like season 4 or 5, but Infection should have been in the game at launch. Forge should have been in, I mean, Forge came out a little bit later. I don't remember when it came out, but Infection is a type of game mode. It's so simple. I don't know why it's not in the game at launch. Halo 5 had the same issue, but at least Infection came out sooner in Halo 5 than it did in Halo Infinite. Anyways, so here is the gun that they added. Obviously not this gun. This is the fuel rod gun from other Halo games. It's in like almost every game. Here is the fuel rod spanker, which is basically a very lazy version of that. It's just a reskin of the standard rocket launcher, and that's just sad, man. I mean, that people say, oh, well, they don't have people to make the new guns and shit. Like, then don't even try at that point. This is just a sad, very sad attempt, and I don't mean to hate on the developers because it's not entirely their fault. Microsoft is legit neglecting them, and I mean, Halo Infinite, it could have been good. Halo Infinite was in development legit for a while. And I remember being a Halo fan back, obviously I still am, but I remember being excited like in 2020 because the game was supposed to be coming out in 2020 and then got pushed back, which we all thought would be a good thing. No. Actually, Halo Infinite came out with still a very lackluster amount of content compared to older Halo games. And I honestly, this is what makes me despise live service games because they go like, oh, we'll add more stuff later on, and then they don't. Halo Infinite is a very solid, actually a very solid example why these kind of games don't work. Obviously, some of them they do work, but Halo they tried and they failed. Maybe that's just again their inability to make good content, sorry, excuse me, to even add content. They added one new gun throughout this entire game's life cycle, and that was a DMR from other Halo games. I mean, you can look into the cut, not the cut, but you can look into the files, and there's a couple of guns that are supposed to be added to the game. Will we see these guns? Probably not. And if we do, that'd be surprising. We didn't even get a new vehicle. We got a few new maps. No, actually, no. We haven't had a legit new map made by the developers since like that one map. I don't remember even. No, Illusion. I think that's the one map that was. I think it's what it's called. Point being, Halo Infinite just lacks from a huge, many issues. I think it's just a lack of content, a lack of good direction. So, to get into the current state of Halo, Halo is not in a good state right now. It's not in a good area. It's worse. I would say if you were to argue like which of the games is in a worse state, whether it's Call of Duty or Halo, at least Call of Duty can add content to the goddamn game. At least Halo, I mean, now Call of Duty is still on the radar. People still play it. Even if I don't care about the current Call of Duty, people are still going to play it. Halo obviously still has people playing it too, but not as much. I mean, the few people playing it are like straight I mean, I love Halo, and I still play Halo Infinite from time to time. But I mean, man, I mean, the potential this game had before it came out was insane. We were all so excited for it. I was so excited for it. I was like, yeah, Halo Infinite's gonna be great. Then it came out, and yeah, it was great at first, but they were like, okay, where's the content? You know, we need new maps, we need new guns, we need new modes, we need new vehicles, we need things, we need new things. And then we didn't get those things. We didn't. Halo Infinite seemed, again, it kind of, oh yeah, everything, just every cool piece of armor they had to throw in a shop. Obviously, Halo fans complain about this, but this is unfortunately truth with modern gaming. Is the day of earning things and grinding is kind of over. If you want a cool piece of armor in Halo, you have to open up your wallet. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. Certain Halo fans can't accept that. They're like, "Oh, well, they add stuff too much things to the shop. Why is this in the shop?" It's unfortunate, but it's a legit gaming trend. You can't really blame the developers for one. Obviously, this is just a curse, but it's kind of how gaming works nowadays. But Halo Infinite just lacks some absolute lack of content, and it really is a good game at its core. I recommend you at least play the campaign and play the multiplayer a little bit, because it's multiplayer again at its core. It's good at the campaign's core. It's good. Halo Infinite overall is a good game, but it's just managed by nobody at this point. The fact that they can't even add a new gun, really, they had to make a reskin of the rocket launcher. It's bad. They had to reskin it and call it the Fuel Rod Spanker. Like, don't even try, man. Don't even try to add a new gun at that point. I know most of their focus has indeed moved to the next Halo game, so I really hope for the next Halo game it's not another Halo Infinite. I know Halo Infinite again is a good game at its core, but please, if Halo wants to be on top of the gaming world like it used to be, because Halo used to be legit the top game back then. It used to be the top shooter, top everything back in the earlier mid 2000s, early 2010s before Halo had its fall off. It used to be insanely huge, and nowadays it's just a shell of its former self. Can Halo be revived? That's a good question. Will it? I mean, it just depends on what the next Halo game is, what they do. We don't really. I mean, I don't know. I heard they're no, they are moving to Unreal Engine 5. Some people say Unreal Engine 5 is bad. I don't really know stuff like that, so I can't really put my opinion on it. But I honestly just believe they just need to put content in the game and legit follow through on their promises for the next Halo game and make it good. Make Halo great again, man. I just want Halo to be good again. I want to be a proud Halo fan of my favorite franchise. You know, but yeah, that's my final take. Halo is not in a good spot, and they need to fix it, or else there's nothing to be done, and Halo will just again kind of fade. I mean, it's still around. I don't want it to ever go away. Halo is my favorite franchise, and I would legit be sad if anything ever happened to it. But Microsoft 343, Halo Studios, whatever you guys call yourself now, fix the goddamn game. Anyways, that is going to cut it for this video. Thank you guys for listening to this long rant. Thank you for watching whatnot. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen to me. Feel free to just drop your opinions in the comments. You know, give me your opinion on the current state of Halo. Give me your opinion on what the developers can do better, and how Halo can be revived. You know, if you have an idea, shoot it in the comments. Go ahead. But that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have another video. Soon. I'll have another video soon, that's all I'll say. Probably maybe like tomorrow, I think, maybe. At least 2 days. At least 2 or 3 days will be my next video. But have a great rest of your day, and thank you guys for watching.